Hey everybody, inside the red, and welcome back to Tyranny. Right then, last we left off, we're about to go interrogate a prisoner, and I accidentally unpaused for a second. All he did, so it was very well fifth eye, right? He just, something important happened. But, let's go interrogate. Interrogatus. The fifth eye, commander of the local Scarlet Corps, surveys his camp, watching in stillness as all manner of violence and revelry occur around him. He offers a slight nod at your approach. Was there anything else? Who's strongest in your camp? I am, naturally. Well, the Archon is, without question, the mightiest in the camp. Deathnell is the master trainer here, and she's almost tough enough to take me. She's a biter. Don't tell her I told you that. But she can be trusted to fight and lead. And while her humility is lacking, verse is correct. She's been running with the Furies even longer than Deathnell. Too bad that skill and puissance did nothing to save her sisters. Ooh. No, he went out then fighter. What? Well, okay. No, humility. That's a bit of a two-edged sword, really. I mean, on the one hand, confidence is fine, but if you're arrogant, that can lead you to underestimate your enemies or overestimate your own abilities. It can be dangerous. Just look at, like, Custer. What happened to her sisters? I don't think I should be asking that, but that's the only... Yeah, that was the only option I really liked out of all of them I liked. I still didn't like it. I understand that our little torchlight here became the victim of her own morality. A spasm of discomfort, of hesitation, stayed her sword and shattered the focus of a coordinated attack. Did I have the right of it, dear? Look, don't ask. I'll tell you about it at my own time. Yeah. Why isn't there a sorry? I didn't mean to actually pry. I didn't want to anyway. Farewell. Okay. Horde. So what? Oh, it's one of these people. Talking to you? You may approach a prisoner. Her? That's Lantry. Let's do with Variety that sage speak. Which... Variakel, okay. Please, someone. I wish to bow before the voice of Nerat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in makeshift armor, the Avenging Guard, lurches forward in agony. Her soiled, trembling legs suggest she's been forced to stand for days. Ugh. This one, he flippantly waves the prisoner, was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Avenging Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing, the prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination overcomes her face, that I wanted to guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. As a captain? That's a bit of a... You're wanting quite a bit of authority all of a sudden, aren't you? Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Avenging Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to just give away my bargaining bronze. Tell me what you want to know, and I can see your release. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? Two or three. I'm torn between those two. Can this your people for the Scarlet Chorus? Why the change of heart? Yeah, let's go with that. Because I want to live, and you don't need to be an Archon of the Archon premonitions to know the younger realms are gone for good. She blinked several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Varai's eyes fall to the ground and she swallows nervously. When I joined the Avenging Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause? One you later came to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I am willing to bow before the voices of Nerat to prove it. Apparently I have to go with this one. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelox Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at skewered and smoldering corpses around her. She tugs at her restraints, with no avail. Okay, I can use athletics or a subterfuge. So let's see, start talking now, or you're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know, and I'll see about saving you. Let's be more direct here, I think. Well, you see, Shaken by your demand, her lips move wordlessly for several seconds. So I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. She shakes her head, catching her breath. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was a literate one in our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of choirmen yanked the boot off the fallen guardsman. A rolled parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into Fifth Eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give it a read. It's nonsense, just a mash of words. Laughter erupts from under the mask. She said she had information. She just gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his fingers at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voices in Neuron. Initiate right in order. Curious. Let's see. Fuck. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What, then, would you propose we do with her? Let's test her loyalty. Variah, kill these guardsmen with something blunt. Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us. Or we track down her kin. That's also nice. You're raising a good slave. Work until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. It's a very disfavored thing to do. Testing her loyalty is brutal. Sending her back as an agent... she hasn't exactly learned anything, I don't think. I have a feeling this is going to come back to either to bite me in the ass in some way, or what I mean is, either one of these first two options is probably going to have some level of repercussion. I just don't know what. I don't know if my character is brutal enough to have her kill her own people just to prove a point. That's very hard thing to do, but I don't know if Jura is really that far gone. Sending her back as an agent sounds more like my style, my character style, so I'm going to go with that just because from a roleplay perspective, that's what I think, that's the option I think she would go with. I'll need to think of a good explanation for my escape, but I'm certain I can return and avoid suspicion. Thank you. You will not regret this act of mercy. I know I'm gaining wrath of the enemy, and while that may harm my chances of trying to negotiate a way out of this in the end, which would, you know, that is one of... while my character wouldn't be averse to that, they also wouldn't be averse to crushing the enemy. Like I said, they've had their chance, and while... as shown with Ebb, you know, while my character doesn't mind still being civil... I think they have far less patience and would be much more prone to just wiping them out or crushing them outright. Okay, but yeah, we'll see. You will not regret this act of mercy. We better not, or you will really regret it. This will end amusingly for the Vengerian Guard. Would be smart to assume she only escaped by our whims. Oh, you there! The Fifth Eye barks at a pair of guardsmen, beckoning them forward. Release our newest recruit. She has orders to infiltrate the Oathbreakers. See that she is escorted to the river's edge. This will be interesting regardless of what happens. But hopefully just not in a way that hurts me. Variah inhales deeply, flexing her fingers as she shakes off the stiffness of being tied to a post for days. I will return to the Vengerian Guard and act well my part and await further instructions from the chorus. With a nod, she follows her escorts out of the camp. Okay. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position, not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
Is that Garrus' voice actor? It sounds a little bit like him, like he's putting on a voice. Landsure, I have to look at that up, who plays you. This sounds a lot like Garrus. Especially after playing Fallout 4 and hearing him doing more... Well, Fallout 4 as well as Call of the Oath he's done. And hear like his voice when he's not, you know, forcing that kind of resonant Garrus sound, that kind of deep, lower, throaty sound in his voice. But that does sound like him. Okay, so I assume now that if I had ordered, because I was wondering when I first clicked on Lantry, it said we'll talk to him later. I was starting to wonder if I'd ordered Varia to kill them, if Lantry then wouldn't speak up and say something or something to that effect. So, okay. The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Varia, an older gentleman with the quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls one finds in the sage of the School of Ink and Quill. Okay. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and between the rips of fabric you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry, one of the hired quills that was coordinating missives between the Vendrian Guard captains. They aren't paying me anymore and aren't coming to my rescue. So I'll decipher that parchment for you. That's what smart prisoners do, right? Make themselves useful. That
sounds a lot like Garrison. I hope it is. Get us to the guy getting more work. Okay. Any more information? One of the longest surviving schools of magic in the tiers, the School of Ink and Quill, is a venerable institution devoted to the acquisition and preservation of knowledge, or so the sages profess. Putting more of their energy toward amassing knowledge than disseminating it, they began their scriptorium in 17 TR, and through a series of incremental expansions, the structure became the Vellum Citadel, only to be known as the Burning Library after Kyrus' Edict of Fire brought ruination in 430 TR. I'm guessing that is what would have happened if I had chosen like one of the other routes in the Conquest, I guess. Maybe the one with like the one that I said sounded like had a more magical lean to it. Not all sages know magic, but those that have mastered the guild's traditional spells can employ magic of protection and preservation. It is a poorly kept secret the sages have gradually acquired a wide array of magic practiced by rival mage guilds over the generations. Okay. Running a household or army requires a great deal of logistical know-how, and it helps to be literate and capable of maintaining your own records and ledgers. Most leaders employ assistants known as hired quills to log harvest, schedule payments, balance payrolls, and dictate letters to friends and rivals. Okay. Pretty basic stuff there. Right. Showing the parchment. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't...
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
Yes, very strange. A few hours. Either you can read it or cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. It can't hurt to give him a few hours. I mean, he's in the middle of a camp, and it can't hurt to try. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. Untie and give him a chance to enter. The voice of the Nerat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. And the worst something... The second one is a bit of an assumption. I'm just gonna go with give him a chance, translate. Are you giving me orders, Binder? Does this look like Tunan's court? Last I checked, only the Archon of Secrets can tell me what to do with a prisoner. The Crimson Spear pounds his staff to the ground. If this old man wants freedom, we shall give him his fair shot at a trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
He's the information that you're going to let him die for sport. Yeah, you're kind of stupid. As a Fatebinder is not my place, the chorus had to conduct trials in their land. Fine, I'll be his champion. This one needs to live. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
Fuck off.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
I get to beat up some chorus, dude. I'm glad you're having a fun time. Do you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arm to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us! The sage is unbound from the post. Stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in the new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to her with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Hordemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, I venture the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Right. Brothers and sisters, who amongst you sets the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hands in the air, drawing in a gathering of chorus soldiers. Okay, so 4v4. Our claimants have been assembled. Now, let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin! Right. Pause. Okay. What hath thee? Cool Strike. Damage 8 to 9 pierce. Okay, basic versus dodge. Accuracy 20, the weapons. Lantry throws a well-aimed quill at his target. Okay. Renewal, already activated. Oh. Plus 5.5 armor per piece of armor worn for 6 seconds. Okay. Lantry restores the party's weapons and armor to pristine condition. Increases the damage from weapons and protection from armor. Quicken. Lantry quickly heals the Fate Binder with a surge of restorative energy. The burst of energy is so invigorating that the Fate Binder is also hastened for a lasting duration. Neat. Restoring Touch. Channel near healing energy into the target, restoring health instantly. Cool. And Titan's Touch. Fill the target with a surge of greatness, granting a bonus to might and vitality. Okay. Right. First off. No. Okay. We'll do something along these lines. There we go. Okay. So. Right. What do we have here again? Iron Tolling. Yeah. Let's do that. You can do that, and let's see. Nice thrust. Slice sunder. Well, let's sum this poor fool here. Okay, let's go.
Got it. Killer something every day.
You're cooling that down, skewer. Okay.
You'll have to hit harder than that.
I mean, I could. Barrick, what are you doing right now? Hit that one.
You won't enjoy this as much as I do.
Iron Tolling. Barrick and the Fate Binder both bang on their shields and armor, harassing the enemy. The target is compelled to attack Barrick for a short time, while the Fate Binder's mocking gestures leave the enemy confused and off guard. The foe loses all ability to parry and damage to recover their senses. That's kinda... Fuck it. Let's do it. You.
Ready?
Sweet merciful Kyros, not again!
Really? Okay. I am not great at the combat in this game. Not at all.
I feel my...
Great.
Wake me up when it's over.
Take me if you can.
Oh. Wounded. When a party member's health takes damage, they will lose health. Yes, I know that. The health bar next to their which is decreased, and party member's health drops low enough, they will gain a wound and the health bar turn red. Wounded characters have their maximum health reduced. Wounds are removed and the character party rest where the character levels up. Okay. In the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving the camp alive. The fifth eye offers a short, mocking battle answer, but the custom set forth by the voices of Nerot, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus yet lived to tell the story. Chorus with their blade definition of the word trial. That was fun. Your words almost put a good fight. Yeah. Oh, God. So the trial should be lies all after the fact? Don't be so cross, Fate Binder. You got what you wanted. When we come begging to you for help in your court, we'll have the trials your way. Oh, the died of that post. The sage looks down at his rope-worn wrist in disbelief. Oh, I thought I died at that post. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I could make out the important part of the text. The note makes mention of a meeting spot west of Tripnettle. Okay, so the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of a chorus gang, but perhaps they will parley with yours as the face they see. I know this area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stint of this camp. You're offering to come with me? Why? Because the alternative is, what? Living here with these illiterate brutes? My old study is under a river of fire, and there's no family missing me. Besides, I'd much rather chronicle the binder that twice proclaimed an edict of Kairos. I'd be a fool to let someone else write your story. Friends, I don't need tagging along. The chronicle. You want to chronicle me? Well, of course. Even if the burning library is never rebuilt, I'll want to chronicle the days and events needn't cease. You're a noteworthy player in this whole war. I can't think of another living fate binder that has been twice given the honor of proclamation. There's a lot of fighting you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition. I've met sages every bit as cutthroat and hardened gang bosses. They act the part of doddering scribes, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting. But I'm not with the Oathbreakers, if that's what you're fishing at. I work for them under duress, but I've no love for them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Wrath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the Bronze Dance. So you won't be a punch and wait during the fight, good to know. A little quill dagger just for decoration. Okay. You've gained a little energy. Oh no, I'd like to think I'm worth at least 3 or 4 angry peasants in a fight. Fine, if you're a savior, come with me. Splendid, you won't be disappointed. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed, really. I won't slow you down. Lead the way and let me know if I can be of service. We're done here. Let's hightail to Tripnettle. If a new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. The thunder outside, some kind of storm is moving in. Great. I hope my power doesn't go out. Oh look, you've all healed. And I can loot! Wonderful. Rusted iron dagger. Bent bronze dagger. And lesser healing potion. Nice. Okay.
I got it.
Anything else I can loot? Nope, just that. Okay, right. You have unspent. Ooh, cool. Okay. Tend to go with might for this one. Wits, quickness, resolve. Does affect 200 weapons a little bit. That's lore. To interface with mental challenges. Draws one on your shapes to endurance will magic defenses. Yeah. Attack and duration endurance will magic defense. Let's go with might for this one. Do a little more damage. As for you, you have 2 points available. Okay. Two weapons. Right. Dodge. Ooh, wits. Okay, yeah, let's do wits. Minus 5% bonus. Really? Huh. Yeah, and I guess that's what resolve as well for you. Okay. Oh, I finally have points. Okay, you have 3 skills here. Let's see. Sage. Watcher's Judgment. Landry strikes his target, interrupting them and lowering their non-physical armor. If used from stealth, this attack will also paralyze the target. That's neat. We can go for Penetrating Throw. Adds armor penetration. Okay. Rapidly attacks the target with a series of thrown strikes. Or Subtle Throw while stealthed. Okay. Improves Control Vigor skill. Life skill. Greater increase to weapon damage and armor. So arcane armor and magic defense. Huh. Ooh. Let's go and put this point here. Now what about... Wait. Oh, he has 1 more point. Okay, cool. Where your gaze and passive bit of subterfuge dodge skills. Empowers Watcher's Judgment to strike foes near the tongue with an arcane attack. And the endurance will magic defense reduced. Improves lore skill. Grants Lantry hit position the ability to decipher ancient languages. New magic string travel. That could be useful. Huh. At the same time, this may also be useful. Go with that for now. We'll do some of the skills next time. Okay, right. I have 1 point. Let's see. Agility. Flurry of Blows is tempting. Add a feint to your thrust ability, blinding your opponent as you strike them with your attack. That's also cool. Move faster in combat. That would be kind of useful. Not entirely necessary. Leadership. Okay, what's this? Oh, level 3. Okay. Right. Defense. Increases defensive benefits from shield. Don't have a shield. The target. Oh, okay. Oh. Thrust delays their next attack. Don't have a shield. Cleave. A sweeping on hits multiple nearby enemies. That would be cool. Focus Strike. Adds arm penetration. That's ability. Another thrust buff. Adds arm penetration. Okay. Palm Strike. Perform powerful palms right at the target's chest, interrupting them, pushing them back, and silencing them from spellcasting. That could be useful. Blitz. An aggressive stance that focuses on rapid strikes to overwhelm opponents. That would be good if I use my two-handed skills weapons, which I should try out more often. An aggressive that focuses on powerful strikes to penetrate armor. Okay. Okay. Go with Cleave for now. I like the idea of just hit multiple enemies. May not do as much damage per foe, but spreading out damage could be cool. Effective. By the way, the Horde. Depend on recruitment to increase their numbers. However, due to the casualties and lack of prisoners in battle, their numbers have begun to thin. Death Knell, Scarlet Fury has a new tactic she would like to test out when to participate. Yes, talking to them. And scaring them, I suppose. A gang of Horde raiding a remote settlement on the west end of the valley. Head there and link with the Chorus forces. Okay. The link with one of their own... Okay, well, right. Oh. Was that there last time? You've discovered a new sigil. Managing the world tyranny comes from learning how to empower scribe sigils and empower them with energy. Open the spell interface by pressing P. Create your spell with the sigil you just learned. What? Spells are created using two or more sigils. The core sigil determines the type of magic, such as fire, frost, or illusion. The expression sigil determines how that core shapes itself into some accent sigils allow you to modify the area of effect or range of your spells. When you use these sigils, the casting UI will display the increased range as a second or transparent area beyond the base area of the spell. Okay. Right. What core do I have here? Sigil of Illusion. Those who master the Sigil of Illusion are skilled in the arts of deceit and trickery, using its powers to misdirect and confuse their targets at critical moments. Often derided by combat mages for its inability to kill outright, those who specialize in illusion know its powers can turn the tide of any battle. It merely requires someone smart enough to know how to use it. Good point. I don't know... Oh, of focused intent. Spells that affect a single target near the caster. Okay. Spectral Blur. You don't have any... Okay, I don't have any accents, right. Only requires 15 lore. Damn. Probably have to cut this recording session short right now. The session... Well, the video... What time is it, actually? Probably going to end soon here in a second, anyway. Let's see, okay. So... Allied target, 30% graze deflection. Right. Attack skills, control illusion, and lore. Manage the target to blur illusion, making them harder to hit. Sure. Probably give it to you for now, actually. Right now you have a healing touch and a yeah. So let's give you that for now. So you can kind of cloak yourself since you are the lightest of us. That's probably useful. Can also maybe give it to you. Okay. Cool. Piss off. Right. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. I might do some quick selling and stuff off screen, some more inventory management that's boring to watch. Sorry for lingering so long in the... Well, I'll probably kind of cut out a lot of me sitting there thinking about the what to pick for Jura, but...
Right.
Fucking F. All of you, come here. But, in any case, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time for more of Tyranny.